Well, hey everybody, welcome back to Ferris Finds Diecast. Got a little bit of a different video for you today, just where I've picked some stuff up, some of it on camera, some of it not on camera, and I just want to open some of it up. So I like some of my cars loose, some of my cars packaged, and maybe you like yours packaged, but you would like a closer look. So that's kind of what we're doing today. First up is this collector's edition from Matchbox, the 79 Freightliner, and just go ahead and kind of get my turntable going here, and you can take a look at that. My turntable's going back and forth. There you go. Wrong button. But there's the Freightliner. I think it's pretty cool. It's nice to have a truck. I like haulers too, so it's nice to have some of these in the collection. The next one that I've got up is going to be the 510 Rally from that same Matchbox series. I've already had these two open, so I just figured I'd go ahead and start with them. And we'll just kind of set things off to the side as we go. And then I've got a stack of stuff over here to my right that I'll open. But there's your 510 Rally. This one I think is really cool. I like the fact that on like the back door it says Ambassador Rally. And it's got somebody's name there on the front door. I believe that is one of the Matchbox ambassadors. That is a thing they used to do that they no longer do. But that is John Lambert from the Lamley Group. You'll see Lamley on some Matchbox, and there's other people's names that show up on different Matchbox cars that were ambassadors over the years, and that's one of the reasons you see those. So there's that one. I'll let that one spin for a second while I crack this other collector's edition open. And I've got a box over here to the side where I'll just kind of throw some stuff. Alright guys, next is going to be the 1980 Mercedes-Benz W123 wagon. I don't know if you say W123 or if it's 123. Don't hurt me, Mercedes-Benz enthusiasts. But there's the service wagon. I think that's really cool. I like that one a lot. I've liked a lot of the different Mercedes castings that Mattel has come out with over the past few years, and that's I hope to build like a diorama with some of the stuff, and I thought a service wagon would be really nice. It's got really tiny print there on the door. If you can read it, there you go. And on the back. So, courtesy vehicle and all that on there. That's pretty cool. Next thing, we'll just kind of get into a few main lines. I've got a new pickup from Matchbox that I got. We've got several things kind of lined up. Some of it's Matchbox, some of it's Hot Wheels. I've got a Johnny Lightning over here. I've got a monster truck. So we've got a little something for everybody. But this one is a little goofy, but it's the to most people, but it is the 1980 AMC Eagle. And this car is kind of neat to me. When I was growing up as a kid, there was a guy that I knew who delivered mail, and he delivered mail out of that car. It was that color, had the wood paneling on it. It was four-wheel drive, so it was up in the air more than any normal car or wagon ought to be. So I think that one's really cool. I'm glad they came out with it. It's just purely a huge nostalgia piece for me. So I am very glad to see it show up. Next thing should be no surprise to those of you that know my collection somewhat. I finally was able to pick up an extra of the new release of the Sierra Cosworth. Absolutely incredible vehicle in real life. I think Mattel, and I believe this was a Ryu Asada casting, they just knocked it out of the park. The fact that the glass goes up and does the headlights like that. They captured the wing just perfectly on it too. Just everything about it, they just nailed it. So I am happy to see that one come into the Mattel lineup, and glad to glad to see several really nice liveries on it as well. Next, the new version of the Maxima drift car. I don't know why they call it a drift car, it's a wagon. But another nice livery. They got the new 3 spokes in chrome on that one, which is really cool. And I'm really looking forward to making some customs out of this, because the engine is part of the interior. And so where on the old one, it was, on the first release, it was black because the interior was black. Now everything's chrome. On the previous version, the customs I did, I had to use a chrome pen to try to get some chrome elements in the engine. Now all I have to do is just not paint those parts. And I've really enjoyed customizing that car because of the detail in the casting. I think it's really, really cool. I like that casting a lot. So next is not a new release at all, but the Di Machini Veloce. I don't know what to say about this other than it's really cool. And I picked this casting up, this particular car I picked up purely to do a custom with. I really want to do a custom of this car. I think it's a very underappreciated car. It is an unlicensed / fantasy casting, so I mean, I get that. But then they came out with this livery, and it's nearly all Italia livery, which is, I mean, if you don't know that, do a quick Google and you'll see what I mean. It's just off enough that they don't have to get the licensing for it. But I mean, just absolutely nailed it. If you see right here on the front end of that, Dima's name on there, which is part of the reason it's the Di Machini Veloce, is his name. So next we're going to crack an exclusive that I bet a lot of y'all have or want. This one was on kind of a bad card, so I picked it up to be my opener. That's right, that is the, oh, it's got a nick right there on the fender too. That is the new Best Buy exclusive that I found at Dollar Tree of the Porsche 935. Now, one of the reasons I like that car so much, move over here, I pulled up a couple of cars from my childhood collection, and yeah, I mean, yeah, it's dinged up and everything, but one of the reasons I like this car so much is because it reminds me of this car a little bit. That is from when I was a kid. That is a Matchbox 935. I think that's a Matchbox, isn't it? Yeah. That's a Matchbox 935. Look how huge it is compared to the the new Hot Wheels. Like, that wouldn't even think about fitting on a track. But I know one's red, one's orange, you know, 2 very different castings and all that. But something about looking at this new exclusive just reminds me of that car I had as a kid. And so that's one of the reasons I like that, and I picked up a couple of extras of this one. So let's see, what can we do next? Let's get this monster truck out of the way, because I don't know how I'm going to film this. It's going to be way too close to the camera. There we go. Okay, this is a new release for 2023, and this is kind of in the same vein as the, there you go, as the 935 exclusive. Get that out of there. Does it fit? Nope, just got some wheels. So let's slide that over. I'll park it right there. That is a new monster truck for this year. What did they even call it? I forgot what they called it. The 1956 Hightail Hauler is what they called that one. And like I said, this was another nostalgia piece for me. For one, I've really enjoyed collecting the 56 Ford panels, and this just kind of goes right in there with it, which is kind of cool. But if we slide this guy back in here, I'm reminded a lot of this guy that I had as a kid. It's not a super rare casting or anything like that. Most of the tampos are rubbed off of it at this point because we played with it a lot as kids. And it was just one of those trucks that rolled really well and looked really cool. So, you know, that was how it went. But there's the top of it, all chipped up and everything. But still one of my favorites from when I was a kid. Maybe that's why I like the 56 Ford panels. I don't know. Let's open a mystery model. These just came out. I did not get these on camera. I'll try to keep the crinkle away from the mic as much as I can. This is number 10. This is the 24/7. And yes, that's a fantasy casting, but it's one of those that's kind of reminiscent of an RX-7 a little bit to me. So I've happened upon a couple of these castings just over time and decided that it was there, kind of in a cool color and interesting livery, so I went ahead and picked it up. I did not get number 1 or number 2, which is a Pagani and the Ford Falcon race car, which I really want. But I did get number 3, which is the Civic Type R. Okay, had a little bit of a camera issue, but we are back. Other mystery model I got was the Civic Type R. I was very happy to find that one. At least we got number 3 kind of knocked out of the way, even though we don't have 1 or 2 yet. So the next thing that I got was actually something I'm a little embarrassed to say that I bought, because Batman. You're Batman. I'm Batman. I bought a Batman 5-pack. We'll go through the cars that are in it. Well, the cars and the bat. I don't know the best way to show that. But yeah, it's got the bat in it, which is interesting, I guess. I'm not into the Batman stuff. I know there's plenty of people who are going to love to see this 5-pack, so, you know, that's in it, and that's, you know, kind of cool and fun. So here's the other stuff that I got. I think this one looks, if I can get it out, I think this one looks really nice. It's like the Robin car of the set, I guess. It's the Muscle Bound, but looks really nice. That's always been a nice looking casting to me, but of course unlicensed fantasy, so it doesn't get a ton of love out there. But let's see, what else came with this? Some pretty standard Batman type stuff. I don't know why there always seems to be a Charger in the mix as the police car. I mean, we make police cars out of other stuff too. But they got the Dodge Charger police car for Gotham City in there. We have, for Batman himself, the actual Batmobile, the TV series, which is probably my favorite Batmobile, realistically. There's been some pretty cool ones. The Batman Forever Batmobile that just came out this year is, it's kind of cool. It's just, it's so outlandish and comic book-ish that's the reason I like it. But the reason I bought the 5-pack is for the 49 Mercury. Man, that car looks good. Just deep baby blue. Got Batgirl logo on the side of it, but it's got the black aero discs on it, which, me and aero discs, I do not care for them. But man, it looks good on this car, because it looks like just some old black steely wheels on it, which is really cool. Just a little bit of detail on the front and back of the car would just make it. It just looks really nice. So that is why I picked up the 5-pack. That's that car right there. So the next few things we'll do, I've got some moving parts to open up, which I am so glad to be finding these again. And they just disappeared, it seemed like, for so long. I don't like the way they're packaged now, but man, I can't get that off there. So here's one that I was lucky enough to find. I found 2, and I bought both of them. I'll get some flack for that, but whatever. I bought 2 of them because I know too many Porsche enthusiasts, and one of them will not have this. So Here, I'll leave it together first. But there you go. Sorry, I'm dropping stuff back here. Official name for this is 1980 Porsche 911 Turbo is the name for this. And I don't know if you can tell there. It's got... Boy, the lighting is just not going to be a friend to me. Let's see if I can... It's got the turbo logo. It's got the Porsche on the actual taillight. Well, I don't think back then I don't think it was an actual taillight, but it was lensed like a taillight. And then you've got opening doors for it as well. So, very cool casting. I mean, very 1980s-esque brown that they did on that, which I'm not totally sure about the black plastic wing on it, but I guess it's all right, because the wings on a lot of those were black, and so to make it work, that I guess that does work. I'm just talking now because I'm trying to fill time. Next, with opening doors as well, is the Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40. I've got a lot of these that Matchbox has put out, and so when it came out in the moving parts line, I was happy to grab one of those too. It's in a really nice green that for some reason doesn't translate in the package all that well. It just really doesn't. But out of the package, now that I'm looking at it, yeah, that's nice. And very reminiscent of the time period as well. So I'm glad to add that one to the collection of other FJ40s I've got. Next is a car I think I have every version of that Matchbox has produced, with the exception of the Golf kind of Matchbox version of RLC. It is the 2020 Corvette, the C8 Corvette. They came out with a blue moving parts before, and now they've got this kind of copper color that I wasn't. This is kind of hitting me the same way as the Toyota, is not necessarily all that great in the packaging, especially since the packaging is all like orange and whatnot, and those two together don't work. But outside of the package, looks nice. It really does. And of course that engine bay opens up so you can see the nice engine detail that they do on it. Next one, nice little click to it. Next is the new release of the Huayra Roadster, which I think kind of speaks for itself. Very, very cool car. Sorry I didn't put the back end all the way down, but I don't know if this will stay up or not. But if it doesn't, I'll just kind of hold it so you can see engine detail that is in there. It's very nice. If it would focus. There we go. So really nice engine detail in it. Back of it kind of sits down like this, and then I think you kind of have to push it a little extra. There you go. You kind of have to push it towards the front of the car at the same time that you push it down to get it to close really well. But definitely a nice casting that I'm very, very glad to add into the... I have lots of Pagani's, so glad to add that to the collection of the other ones that I have. Next is another one I bought two of. One is for me, the other is for me. It is the 1995 new release from Matchbox, the 1995 Volkswagen Golf. And I bought two so that I could have one open just like this, and I could have one on a card, which is behind me over here. Something fell. but it is on a very nice, straight, flat card, which you don't get out of the moving parts very often. So glad to have that. And on this one, well, there we go. The hatch is what opens. It even has a little rear wiper detail on it. Nice color. If I'm remembering my Golfs correctly, this was an actual color. Very reminiscent of an actual color that was available. You just didn't see it very often. Nice taillight detail, nice headlight detail, good interior detail on the moving parts. So very happy to see this version of the Golf come out. Now I need a third one so that I can paint one nearly that color green and give it to a friend who owns one. So that is the next objective, is to actually make a custom of a friend's car with one of those. I just have to find a third one first. Last moving parts that I've got to open up here is I think this has been released before, but I did not get the original release of it, so I am glad to get this one, because in moving parts world, I think this is a pretty nice moving parts. Here, I'll open one just for the sake of time. It's the Tesla Model X. And both doors open up, the Gullwing style doors. So happy to get that. I think it's cool that they decided to make moving parts, and that's the part that they wanted to make moving. I really like that. So I was glad to see them kind of take on that. I'm sure it was a challenge to make that work, but there you go. Okay, guys, our next one is, and I'm sorry, my turntable just died on me. There you go. It is the GTR from Pop Culture, Johnny Lightning. You even get the little Trivial Pursuit card with it. That just came in from Johnny Lightning. Most of you guys are aware of it. A lot of y'all are into JDM and stuff like that. None of the parts move on this. I sort of wish they did. You got excellent details all the way around, just like you would expect from Johnny Lightning. Got nice metal body, metal base, just like you would expect. Rubber tires as well. But super nice car coming in from Johnny Lightning on that one. Yeah, that was definitely a nice addition to the collection, and I wanted one that I could open, so I'm very happy that I was able to find one. Next, kind of a big thing that I'm opening. Man, these are a lot of packaging. These are just a lot of packaging. The next thing that I've got is the not new anymore 2-pack from Hot Wheels that includes the M1 Pro Car and the Stratos. What is it, Stratos Group 5? Yeah, Stratos Group 5. Both just super nice cars. I was really excited when they released this 2-pack. I wish the Lancia, like probably a lot of you, I wish it had a different deco on it, because, well, we've seen this before, right? Any of y'all who were collecting last year, well, I say last year, in 2021, I'm still used to it, still used to my 2022 collection here. Any of y'all that were collecting in 2021 remember the Boulevard car, which was this. They even have the same number on the door and everything, but different wheels. So the Boulevard car had the 4 spokes on it, and this new premium 2-pack has the 6 spokes on it, which I do like the look of better. I feel like the back wheel on the Boulevard car just looks too small for it, and this nice deep dish red 6-spoke looks a lot better on the car. So I definitely like that look quite a bit. Last thing I got for you guys is just a quick one more update on 2-pack. I actually left the Lamborghini set there. It just didn't have, I don't know. I just decided to leave it for now because I wanted to buy 2, and I wanted the BMW and the Lancia, and I wanted these 2 because these 2 are just unreal. These are just some outrageously good models. So that one looks fantastic, and that one looks fantastic. This Talladega casting just keeps just winning me over and over and over again. And the Chevelle casting is super nice too. So turntable didn't hold out, but oh well, we got through it anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a little bit better look at some of these cars. And I really enjoyed kind of opening everything up and doing it with you guys. So if you want to see more videos like this, let me know. If it was dull and dry, well, it probably was. It was my first try doing it. So let me know constructive criticism on that too. And I'll be happy to hear anything y'all have to say. So we'll see y'all next time. Happy hunting. Bye.